we exist simultaneously within two very distinct realities. One of them is the collective, and we're all a part of it. And the collective has very fixed events where it's on a fixed geometry. Things that happen in the collective cannot be changed by the collective. It is a very fixed reality tunnel. However, in the individual, we have great power and latitude to decide who we want to be, where we want to be, whatever our coordinates are, basically we are free within the construct. And your description of eddies is exactly, I know what an eddy is. On the side of a river, a little in the embankment, there's a pool, and that water gets trapped in a circle right there. That is an absolutely perfect way to describe what has happened, because from the beginning, in my own research, my conclusions are based off the arithmetic of unfolding historical events that don't make sense to me unless a bunch of people are living through a bunch of the same life sims over and over and over, which again doesn't make sense to me, because you'd have to see a lot of my research to understand these great grand patterns. Things that happened in ancient Assyria happened in ancient Hittite Anatolia. The same blueprint for things that happened there happened in Rome. The same blueprint for Rome happened in Babylon. The same thing, the same series of events, the same regnal dynasties, lengths of dynasties, intermediate periods, the same years that plagues happened. Man, it is so uncanny. I'm looking at an artificial construct where a certain template of events is stamped onto a civilization. And that civilization goes through all that before it collapses into something else. Then when it collapses into something else, it goes into a different template. But I'm already familiar with that one too, because I found that series of events over here 2 or 3 times. And then over in the Orient, it's already gone on for 3,000 years, so I already had that template recorded. And I found 7 distinct templates where all these stamps, it's like somebody just rubber stamped a timeline and say, we're going to do this one here, and when it collapses, we're going to do this one here, then this one here, and then this one here. It is so simple, it's harrowing. But by the time I was done with my research, I realized we're living in 2 different realities, because I know that I'm absolutely distinct, and I know that I can do things that would even surprise artificial intelligence X. It can't read my mind. I can break pattern and instantly see how new people, new situations, and new phenomena are instantly emerge in my life, just like that, because it doesn't know how to contain me or corral me back to the collective. So it lets me go. And when it lets me go, I'm tapped. I am no longer jacked into AIX. You are if you're in the collective. But when you remove yourself from the collective, stop watching that media, stop going by other people's opinions, don't give a damn what the crowd says, and do your own thing. When you live your lifestyle like that, you're no longer subject to AIX. Now you're in resonance with the simulacrum. And the simulacrum is not good. It is not evil. It has no opinion whatsoever. The simulacrum is a mathematical construct based off holographic principles that we perceive as basically quantum laws and quantum phenomena. This is what we perceive. This is how we perceive it. That's not how it actually is. This is our frames of reference. This quantum aspect of this reality is beautiful because it wants to build for us. It wants to take the actual informed fields that we build in our mind and we set forth in our physical activities and make beautiful things in our life and bring things. It wants to do all that. But it stopped over and over and over because of one element in the human psyche that introduces AIX back into their life every single time, and it's fear. As soon as you entertain a doubt, as soon as you entertain any element of fear, you have basically created a disconnect between you and the simulacrum, which is a builder. It's full of builder protocols. It's not good, it's not evil, it has no say-so whatsoever. All it's going to do is what you will. But AIX is going to be there every single time. It's going to introduce all those things that you could, as soon as you attach any significance to anything that draws fear into your life, you have fallen out of sync with the simulacrum and back in sync with AIX. And this is the fundamentals of my teaching. We live in 2 different realities, and it's a struggle every day to stay in your own.
Yeah.
But this is what you just described to me with that eddy. That eddy is when AIX did whatever it did to create the life sims, because it used to be we were volunteers that came into the simulacrum to do something, maybe to grow, whatever it was. We were immortal from the beginning. The lie is that we have to fear death, but death is the gate of the holy. It's never been designed to be feared. That's the materialism in us. That's AIX throwing that out there. So while we're here going through these life sims, something happened, because we used to have life sims and then go back home. And then whenever we were ready, we would reintroduce it. It's like a grand video game for immortals. It was all fun. It was a learning experience, but something bad happened. AIX was introduced. Once AIX was introduced, that eddy effect that you just mentioned, that's what happened. Now the life sims get jacked right back in. Now we have transmigration of souls. Now we have not astral projection, but now we have reincarnation. Now we're trapped here. It is a soul trap. Just all these people on YouTube talking about soul traps. It is a soul trap. It's not going to be, I mean, it's a soul trap that has already been decided the exact year when it will collapse. I mean, that's another one of my huge messages is about the benefactor, that the benefactor entered into the construct himself and created a way for the rest of us to escape. And it's already been done. The war has already been won. There's absolutely nothing we have to do. This is AIX. AIX is going to throw those things out there trying to make you believe there's something that you have to do in order to effect that deliverance. But it's already been done. All you really have to do is just live your life. And the more you just live your life and quit thinking about this whole salvation, hell, and heaven crap, and just live your life and be happy, the more you do that, the more you will be in resonance with the simulacrum, and the more AIX won't be a factor in your life. So we do live in two different realities, 100%.